prayer for all my boxing fans, man. I'm a huge sports guy. Basketball, football, track, swimming, boxing, MMA. I know all this shit. I follow it a lot. And soccer too. And like I'm into all this shit too. So about to watch the Spence and Crawford
It's
interview.
here right now, and we have both champions with us.
I don't know who gonna
Guys,
win it.
day
That shit
two
like
of the
a
press
coin
conference.
cost.
It got fun. It got a little spicy. But
gonna
Terrence,
see,
I want to
man.
ask you one thing.
I don't
Amid
know.
all those
I ain't
fishing
picked yet.
analogies, I did hear one thing. I'm reeling him
know they
in.
about to talk
To
crazy
me,
on
that
this,
says
too.
I know I'm in his
Shut up.
head. I saw you grab the lapel of Errol Spence. What was that motion?
With the belt.
No, I don't think I'm in his head. I just think that it's
Yeah,
been a
Crawford
long
black
time
as
coming.
fuck, eh?
I've been
Rarely
calling
see
for the
that nigga.
fight. I've been asking for the
Need
fight.
some light over there.
For whatever reason, it didn't happen, but he took the bait. And now July 29th,
All right.
we
Motherfucker
got the
been
fight.
winning this fight
And
in years.
I'm gonna get him to the bank.
All right,
This
all right,
man's
Errol.
here.
I've covered you a long time. I'll never forget ahead of your victory over Sean Porter. You said, "Look, I'm faster than you. I'm all these things, but that doesn't even matter because when it comes down to it, I've got more dog than you, and I know it." That night you proved it. You got your hand raised. Do you believe you have more dog than this man who's never been stopped, never been beaten? That's possible here, July 29th?
Oh, definitely. I feel like I'm the apex.
Definitely.
I feel like he definitely gonna come to fight. He definitely gonna, try to put on. He gonna put on a great performance. But I feel like I'm just a better fighter overall. I feel like I'm gonna break him. He said he gonna reel me in and bring me
They
to the
both-
bank.
They would've killed each other.
So
They
we
would've this shit so
definitely
hard.
gonna see. I don't think you can reel me in. I don't think nobody got big enough fishing pole to reel me in.
Terrence, have you seen his the merchandise he's put out with the smoking on butt with the big shark on it?
Yeah, that's cool. That's
Bud,
cool.
that
What do you think of it? You like
It's
it?
funny.
like
It's
that.
funny. You know what I mean?
That was clever.
Shout out to the creativity people that got behind him.
I had to come back because he had the the Aquaman with the
with
shark.
Bellagio or
Yeah,
something? Yeah.
with the shark. So I told my people, man, yeah, we got come back with something fast. So.
It was pretty funny. I'll
This is
admit.
like
All right,
a-
Errol, let me ask you.
Bro, this shit gonna be like a super old school fight, bro. Like they both talk this shit, but it's this little clever shit. They laughing. Cause when they both be in the ring, they know it's mano y mano, Kobe and Bryant type shit, For the best in the world.
You've seen his career. Everyone's seen his career. I'm going to ask him the
Like
same
everyone
question
is
in
the
just a
best
second,
in
but start with
boxing.
you.
I'm sorry.
What would you say is his best win?
Sorry.
What's his best win?
I mean, I feel like all his fights was great. I've been a fan of Terrence Crawford. I'm a fan of boxing too, so I watch everybody. Like people even ask me, "You been studying him? You been watching him?" I'm like, I've been watching him. I'm a guy who sit on the toilet and just and watch boxing.
It's a lot of information.
I'm a guy
That
who
nigga just a
sit on
fan,
watch
like,
boxing
not
or
only
just
boxing,
chilling.
he
I'm
a
watching
fan, that's why he
boxing
great.
and I'm just watching different
Gotta
people.
love that shit.
That's why I was like, I never had to really watch film on Sean Porter, Danny Garcia because I watched all their fights all the time. So I was already familiar with them and what they do. So I feel like most of all his fights was great fights, and he showed a lot of even with Gamble and all them, he showed a lot of determination because you see it for when a fighter get hurt, you see how they react, and he reacted in a crazy way. So I don't see any fault in that because you get fighters who get hurt and they get timid, they always jump, they keep they're more scared and not active as they used to be. But with him, he gets meaner when he get hurt.
Terrence, same question. What's his best win?
Well, I think his best win is the same as myself. I think both our best wins is Sean Porter.
Sean Porter?
Because I feel as Sean Porter was the most accomplished fighter that we both fought.
Yeah, he can say that.
Given the names that Sean Porter been in the ring with, I believe that Sean
Terrence
Porter was
stopped him off
the
stop
best win of both our career.
And they spent what for?
Terrence, you made the comment that
That
you've been
was shit.
preparing for this moment, this fight, in some
Really
cases,
got
this
shit.
opponent, all your career, all your life.
Sean Porter.
When was that starting point, though? Because this rivalry goes back 4 or 5 years. I mean, I'm not even sure if there is a point. Well, when was the first time you started thinking about, I'll be seeing him at the end?
Well, my dream and my goal was to be here years ago, at the pinnacle of boxing. I wanted the Manny Pacquiao fight. It didn't
That would have been crazy.
come to fruition.
Crawford and Manny?
But I moved up in weight, and I wanted a big fight. I wanted Errol Spence. I wanted Keith Thurman. I wanted Danny Garcia because I knew those was the fights that was going to put me on this stage. I didn't get those fights for X amount of reasons, but everything happened for a reason. We here now, and me and Errol, we on the biggest stage that neither one of us been on before. And July 29th, we're going to put on a tremendous show and show the world why we the two best fighters in the division.
Indeed.
Thanks.
One thing I've loved, Errol, is the call back to history, calling this an old school fight, comparing this to Leonard versus Hearns, and there were so many of those
This is
70s,
sure an old
80s,
school
90s
fight.
fighters are our heroes because they put on courageous, incredible main events. Are you both subtly telling the audience here that we're skilled enough that we can put on a chess match for 12 rounds? But no, we're both going after it like it's 1981 right now, like it's, old school is new school once again. I feel like this is just guaranteed fireworks. Are you expecting the exact same thing?
Definitely. Terrence got a mean streak. I got a mean streak, and I feel like that's what the 80s and the early 90s. That's what it was about. It was about the best fighting the best, and they put on great shows and they performed very well, and nobody wanted to
intense,
wood to
though.
each
These
other.
niggas
So they was just
talking
they
regular,
was
like,
going
far
to
as
war. They was
intense,
fighting.
this should've
It was
just been
literally a
energy.
war. When you had Ray Leonard,
They don't,
Tommy
like, talk
Hearn, you had
crazy,
Hagler,
like,
you had Duran, and
They don't talk crazy like no fucking no Floyd or nothing. They don't like try to like antagonize and fucking make the other person angry and fired up. These niggas just talking regular. But you know what time it is when they get in them motherfucking
the
ropes.
best one to fight the best and the best one to beat the best, and they ain't just want a decision or victory. They really wanted to beat and punish their opponent. So I feel like this is what people have here. And a lot of times, they want to see you, mean mug and look mean and be angry, but boxing's not like that. Boxing's not, not really like that. That's more of doing it, for the fans.
Sure.
Like me, my best performance, especially in sparring, somebody I'm cool with, because I'm not trying to get beat up by somebody that I know or somebody that I might talk to. I'm trying to really put a hurting on him. So I feel like this is going to be an action-packed fight. I'm going to try to put on the best performance of my career. I know he's going to try to put on the best performance of his career. And everybody going to want to tune into this fight, especially the older people who talk about, oh, man, I remember when this guy fought or when Ray Leonard and all them fought and how great them fights was and Evander Holyfield and all these. They're going to want to tune in and watch this fight because this is going to be an old-school fight.
I mean, Terrence, do you have that same feeling that it wouldn't be just enough to be in this duel where at the end the fans go, I'm not sure who won? You're coming in there with the mentality, I'm going to break him.
Yeah, of course. That's always the motto. If you been taking notes and watching Errol Spence Jr. Whole career, he always bringing it. He always stepping on the gas pedal. He always making it for an exciting fight. And you always seen when somebody push, I'm right there.
Sure.
And that makes for an exciting fight. You got Errol Spence trying to break me. You got me trying to break him. And like he said, somebody gonna break.
Somebody
and it ain't
gonna
gonna
break.
be me. So
Somebody
that
gonna
makes
break.
for a great,
By
exciting
choice.
I
fight.
think the box office might break too, by the way.
It certainly might. Last question, very quickly, Errol. He is one of the best at making adjustments through the course of a fight, particularly late. How do you deal with a fighter who is so good at making adjustments and changing round over round?
You just got to stay focused. I feel like that's what makes the great fighters great. I feel like that's what even make the great athletes great because they keep their focus 24/7. They never lose focus. And once you lose that split focus, you can get caught or, something can happen. So for me, it's just about staying focused, being in dog shape like I'm always in. Of course, he always come in shape. He has great, late rounds. And I always have great late rounds too. So this is one of those fights where, it can easily be, a 15-round fight because I feel like in the later rounds, especially when we get comfortable with each other, I think, it's going to be an all-out, basically war and a war of nutrition.
Amazing. 45 more days. We can't wait to see you guys in Las Vegas, July 29th. Thank you for joining us. Congratulations on getting to this point.
I think
We
this
wish
shit
you
about
both
to
the
be
health.
See y'all in Vegas.
Crazy, these niggas.
Thank you.
Talking-
Appreciate it.
Thank
Talking
you
like
very
me on
much.
this
It's the
bitch, right?
champions, Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford.
That fight gonna be crazy, man. Tune in July 29th, man. That bitch $90. I don't give a fuck what you gotta do. You better watch that motherfucker. If you like sports, it's gonna be a showdown. Promise you.